Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I work with a lot of individuals with attachment wounds. I work predominantly with avoidantly attached individuals, particularly fearful, avoidant individuals who are leaning dismissive and then dismissive avoidance, right? And I work with couples, individuals, and sometimes families. And so I'm able to see the entire system, typically, the interpersonal close system. And so today I wanted to go over the way avoidants show love. And the reason why I want to kind of break it up today is because a lot of individuals, they are not aware of it. So they almost perceive it as like secretive, like it's something that's not prominent. And I will actually agree that that's actually true. A lot of avoidant individuals, their love is not necessarily prominent. So it's almost like a secret way they show love, right? But I think that it can really help individuals to know that their partner does love them, because avoidant individuals, they show love differently. And as the relationship progresses, you guys want to compromise and you want to learn how to show love the way you receive it, right? So avoidant individuals, those who are avoidant, start learning how to show love the way your partner receives love. And for those who are not avoidant, you'll learn how to show love the way your partner receives love. But this is kind of how avoidants show love. And there are ways to adjust it, but it'll also help you to know where they're coming from. And the very first one is actually they like to teach and guide their partner, right? And they may express love by sharing their version of wisdom, right? They offer guidance, they're helping you grow, and often they might even do it through example. I'm going to give an example that comes up a lot in my office, and some people think it's triggering. And so that's why I want to explain it, because I think it's common, right? Let's say you have expressed that you want to go on a fitness journey, right? And so your partner, maybe they like fitness and they're teaching you that, or they want you to join them at the gym. They're not telling you that they think you need to gain more muscle or you need to lose weight. That's not what they're saying. They're trying to show you they care about you because you express that and now they want you happy, right? But a lot of people take this wrong and they think, oh, my partner is insulting me, or my partner doesn't like me, and my partner is just, trying to say something about me that I'm not good enough or I need help, right? But that's not what it is. They're trying to show you affection and love by sharing their knowledge, okay? Excuse me. The next one is they actually show affection more privately. So like private moments of affection, right? So a lot of avoidants don't really like to show public affection, but if you ask them and you guys have a lot of rapport and love and you guys have been together for a long time, they probably will, right? But a common example that I use is a lot of avoidant individuals don't like to hold hands in public. I think hugging and kissing a little bit more because it's just, a couple seconds, but holding hands is like you're walking together and holding hands for a long time. Sometimes it can be a little bit embarrassing for avoidance. Sometimes it can feel like a constraint, and it's nothing against their partner, but that's just how they feel. And so typically they will show love in private moments. They are much more softer in private towards their partner. They may express it. They may be more tender towards you. They may show more words of appreciation. They may hold you a certain way. They may look at you a certain way that's when they're alone with you rather than in public moments. And I think this is very important to recognize why they do this. It's not because they are ashamed of you. It's because they're actually embarrassed of themselves and they're just not good at showing their feelings. And in front of so many people, they're just afraid that maybe they'll be ridiculed or maybe they might not love right because they always think that they're going to do something wrong. And so they may not do it in public just because they're afraid how people will look at them and how they'll be perceived. Maybe they didn't do it right, or maybe they're not good enough. But with just you, who they feel maybe they won't be judged, they feel comfortable showing that they love you, that they can hold you, connect with you, speak calmly to you, that you're not going to hurt them or judge them. And so that's why a lot of avoidant individuals do that. Now, the other way avoidant individuals show that they love you is something that a lot of people actually do not take well. And it is that they respect your boundaries and autonomy. And so many people take it wrong. And I get it. I see this is a very common conflict in my office, okay? So let's say we have an anxious individual, and let's say it's a female, and she's married to a dismissive avoidant male, okay? So that's our kind of example here. she mentions every time she's mad or upset, what he does is he distances himself and gives her space. And he tells me, or, in the setting, that he's doing it because he's respecting her boundary and her autonomy. Like, he wants her to feel better. And she feels like he's ignoring her and not giving her attention. And so he's actually showing love because that's what he wants when he's upset. He wants to just be left alone just a little bit, not the entire day or even a couple hours, just like maybe 10, 15 minutes, depending on how close you guys are, just to process the moment, right? Maybe just don't talk about it for a little bit, right? And that's what he's doing. He's trying to change the subject. Maybe he's trying to make a joke. He's trying to make her happy, not because he doesn't take her feelings seriously, but because he takes her feelings very seriously, and he's doing it the way he knows how to love. Right? So like in the beginning of the video I had mentioned, sometimes you have to learn how to love each other by the way they want to be loved, not the way you want to be loved. And that's just a common issue with individuals in general, right? Anxious partners, a lot of them might say, I compliment him all the time, or I compliment her all the time. Why do I not get compliments? Because that's not how they perceive love. They don't need that, but they do need respect. And so when they're respecting your boundary, they think they're loving you. And so try and understand it from that perspective instead of take it too harsh. But if you want something different, communicate that. Say that during this moment, I need you next to me. I need you here next to me. I need you to hug me. Whatever you guys need, communicate that. And if you're the avoidant individual, communicate when you need that boundary and when you don't, so that you guys can start learning together what's best for you, okay? The next one, and this is pretty common with avoidant individuals, but sometimes it can be it'll be adjusted depending on how long the relationship is, and I'll explain that, okay? A lot of avoidant individuals, they listen to you and are present. That sometimes they're not talking a lot. They may not say much, but they're listening intently. However, sometimes this shifts when they become very, very deeply attached to somebody. And I've mentioned this before, sometimes they become pretty talkative and talk over you because they just feel like very happy around you. But when they're sitting there listening to you, I see a lot of individuals in couples therapy, a lot of times the avoidant will say like they turn the TV off or they turn off the music or whatever. They put their phone down because they're sitting there and they're really listening to their partner. That shows that they love their partner. They're trying to love you. It doesn't mean because they don't have much to say that they're not listening. In fact, they like to hear you talk, actually. And so that is common as well. But if they are generally more chatty sometimes, especially if they're talking about things that are on their mind and they're talking over you, that doesn't mean they don't love you. Sometimes avoidants just struggle with some certain social skills. Not all of them, but I know a lot of them do, and that's okay, right? Everybody's different. And so they may just not realize that that's not healthy. And so this one's a little bit depending on the relationship, but this is common too, okay? The next one is protectiveness. Really, really, really common, right? An avoidant individual is protective if they love you, right? If you're going outside and you don't have a jacket, maybe, let's say avoidant female, anxious male, and you're going outside, maybe you're trying to shovel snow, okay? And she's like, make sure you have a jacket, make sure you have a jacket. And you might think that's nagging. I get it. Maybe it is, but she's protective over you. She doesn't want you to get a cold. Make sure you have a jacket. Here, make sure your shoes, I put your shoes in the front. Like I put your snow boots in the foyer. I have your jacket hung up. Make sure that you wear it when you go out. Like she's mentioning that she's trying to protect you, right? Another example would be, let's say we have a dismissive avoidant male, anxious female. He's always making sure when they're taking walks that she's on the side that's not near the cars on the sidewalk, right? Always on the side that's closer to the grass, and he's where the cars are, right? And so protectiveness. Most avoidant individuals are protective. They just are. They're protective not just with their partners, they're protective with their parents. They're protective with a lot of individuals in their life. They may be protective. They're very protective over animals as well. Like avoidant individuals, that's just how they show love, a lot of them, okay? The next one is act of service. Rather than grand romantic gestures, honestly, avoidant individuals show their love by doing helpful things, cooking you a meal, fixing something, offering support, taking care of your needs quietly, paying for things, doing certain things that you need, picking you up from surgery, dropping you off to work, whatever it may be. That's how they show their love, okay? The next one, which is true with avoidance, okay? It is consistency and reliability. Now, consistency and reliability is different per individual. Some people, that means that they, always text you good morning. This is so common. I don't know if it's just my practice, but that's a really common one, right? The other one could be no matter what, after a fight, they always come back and they say they're sorry. or they just come back. Like whatever it is, always consistent, always consistent. They show up, they follow through on their promises and responsibilities, and that shows that they love you because they're stable and they want you stable as well, right? Now, a lot of individuals, this takes time. This takes time. It's not going to happen usually the first year. It may, but we are dealing with avoidant individuals who have a lot of issues with giving up their autonomy. But once they're comfortable with you in their life, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, etc., this is very common. The other one is loyalty. A lot of avoidant individuals, not everybody's different, but a lot of avoidant individuals really value loyalty, not just for you, but for themselves. Most avoidants just feel safe when things are predictable, and their love is unwavering when they show loyalty. A lot of avoidant individuals, they are loyal till the end. If they truly open up to you and they are truly avoidant, and not every avoidant is like that. I just do want to make that clear. But a lot of them, they're loyal to anything. Like they're loyal to their cars. They will drive that car even if it has 150K miles on it, right? Like they will drive that car. Once they pick that house, they took forever to pick it, but once they picked it, that's their house. They're going to stick to it. They will wear that jacket until there's holes in it. They are just like that. They are comfortable. They're creatures who like comfort, right? That's how they feel. And that is the way a lot of people are, but anxious individuals, sometimes I don't see that as common, but avoidant individuals, especially fearful avoidant individuals with the comfort thing, fearful avoidant individuals will use things. Sometimes they'll just use it until it's completely worn out, like socks in their holes in their socks, right? And I think that's great. Like that's wonderful for them, right? And so avoidant individuals, that is how they perceive love, like loyalty, right? Okay. And the very last one, which a lot of people do not recognize avoidant individuals do, it is silent. They don't broadcast it everywhere, but it's sacrificing their comfort. Whether it's giving up their time, energy, personal comfort, they actually make silent sacrifices for you. Maybe they didn't want to go to your friend's birthday party because they don't know anybody there and they don't like crowds. This is just an example. Some avoidants do, but a lot of them don't. But they went because you want to. They might not be in the best mood doing it, but they did it for you. So just let them be their way. Let them process it. But they're sacrificing that because they care about you. It's just something I want you guys to recognize, okay? Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.